I want to call this meeting to order, and I want to start out today a little different. Mike Rounds is not here today. We all know that Mike's wife has been fighting cancer for a good part of this year and maybe long before that. But she passed away yesterday morning, and I just want to, we argue, we fight, we do all this stuff here, but in the end, we're a big family. And I just want to let the folks out there know that Mike Rounds is an important part of this committee, and our thoughts are certainly with him and the Rounds family today as they prepare for the future. I want to thank you all for joining us today to discuss the collaborative efforts of the Department of Veterans Affairs and Defense to meet the needs of our military and veteran communities. Today, we will hear from the co-chairs of the Joint Executive Committee, the Honorable Donald Remy, Deputy Secretary of Veterans Affairs, and the Honorable Gil Cisneros, Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness. As co-chairs of the JEC, their job is to lead interagency cooperation between the VA and the DoD. They partner on a number of initiatives, including the delivery of health care and benefits, the military to civilian transition, and health data interoperability. This interagency work must be a consistent collaborative effort. Our service members and veterans depend on it. One of the most critical intersections of the VA and DoD's responsibilities is ensuring the seamless transition from DoD to VA healthcare. This requires health exams upon separation that are comprehensive and that can be used to inform post-service treatment and to determine eligibility for benefits before they leave the service. But a service member's transition to civilian life extends beyond just health care and benefits from the VA. Choosing a next step after the military, whether it be education or employment, requires guidance from the VA and the DoD on what makes the most sense for that service member and his or her family. VA, DoD, and Department of Labor all have a role to play through the Transition Assistance Program in ensuring these men and women are prepared for life after service. This stressful time places significant strain on a veteran's mental health. In Congress, we've made some strides in the provision of mental health care to our veterans, including passage of the Commander John Scott Annan Act. Now VA must do its part to implement. But the DoD has a role to play, particularly in the development and deployment of joint mental health programs. And I want to applaud the Biden administration for releasing a new strategy on veteran and military suicide prevention just yesterday. I look forward to working with your departments on this shared mission. VA and DoD are also on parallel paths in deploying the Cerner electronic health record. Both departments' programs have had their setbacks, and it's important for the VA to learn anything it can from DoD's challenges and successes as they implement reforms coming out of Secretary McDonough's strategic review. Another critical area for action is toxic exposure. Right now, it is far too difficult for veterans to prove they were exposed to toxic substances. New programs like the Individual Longitudinal Exposure Record, or ILR, will enhance VA's access to DoD records on exposures. But that information is only as good as the DoD's record keeping. Collaboration between your agencies goes beyond preparation for transition and service members' records. It also includes shared facilities and supply chains. And as you continue working to improve the lives of service members and veterans, there are opportunities to save taxpayer dollars through joint purchasing power. We will cover these topics today with Undersecretary Cisneros and Deputy Secretary Remy. We will also hear testimony from community organizations who partner with the federal government to assist our nation's veterans. These groups experience the collaborative efforts between these two agencies firsthand, both their successes and their failures, and their on-the-ground perspective is absolutely critical. With that, I turn the mic over to Senator Moran.